Hi, I'm Linda Funk, and I first want to say thank you to USAC, Timothy Lowe, and Bunyi for asking me to be part of this conference. I so appreciate it, and I so wish we could be together in person, but maybe sometime soon. So I've been asked to talk about communicating soy benefits to the target audience. And I would like you to know that soy is the preferred plant protein. And we'll talk about that as we go along today. But let's start talking about integrated marketing communications because that's kind of the heart of this whole talk today. Integrated marketing communications, it really ensures that all forms of communications and messages are linked together so they work really hard together and assures that your message is being delivered to your target audience via the various platforms or programs. So let's start out. Who is your target audience or audiences? Business to business, consumers, food service, health professionals, others, and it may be several of these, but I'm suggesting that each may need a different communication strategy. So let's keep talking about that. Key messages for your product. Tell the story of your company and products. Everybody loves to hear the story, and I can tell you millennials really enjoy the stories. They want to know who you are and what you do. What are the 3 to 5 messages you want your target audience to know about your product? Really be concise and specific. If you do more than 3 to 5, those messages will get lost. So really think about the top messages you would like your target audience to almost be able to repeat back to you. Are your product's health benefits included in materials and the communication vehicles? Is functionality, taste, convenience important? If so, it should be included. Okay, so then let's talk about this. And I know slide is a bit busy, but I wanted these to all be together. What is your integrated soy marketing strategy or tactics for your products? What are the communication tools that you want to use? Is the same key message and information being shared across all the tools and platforms? Advertising, it's paid space, so certainly you can decide on your messages. Public relations, viewed as more credible by most people, and it's because it's not a paid placement. You send the information out to the media, they take and use it. So that's why they feel that it's more credible. Website. Boy, websites become more and more important these days. It needs to be easy to navigate, the comprehensive information easy to find, and it has to be very attractive. Not so heavy on words, but a lot of pictures, a lot of graphics, things that really talk about your company and your product. It really becomes that one-stop shopping place. Then social media. As we all know, social media goes around the world, and we're going to be talking about the different programs. Promotions or offers or special programs that you're putting together, and promotional materials, whether they're digital or printed. Do they all support and communicate the same message? Are they consistent? The target audience needs to hear and see the same messages whenever and wherever they get your product information. Okay, so social media. We know that social media is so important these days. But as I've been reading from some of the top social media people, they're all saying you need to commit 100%. If you only commit, a small amount, or you don't have a person that's really in charge and knowing what they're doing with social media, then it's better not to do anything. You certainly don't have to do all the platforms, but look at the ones that fit your target audience. I also want you to know that I understand that some of these programs may be called something else in various countries and regions, but you'll get the gist of what they are and who the target audience is. So let's start with Facebook. Reaches 60% of internet users. Fastest growing group is at 65 plus and older. Only 10% live in the US or Canada. So again, worldwide. It's business to consumer, and business to business brand awareness, really building that strong relationship, driving that traffic back to the website. So again, so critical for your website to be easy to navigate and have the information on it. Instagram, 1 billion monthly users, 89% outside the US. And it's a great platform to have partnerships with. The influencers, it's a great place to work with them with videos and pictures. Twitter, 30 million users. Many users use that as their news source. 80% use Twitter on mobile devices, 80% affluent millennials. So again, if that's who you're going after, this might be a great platform to use. Again, we all know it's a short amount of characters, but you can share your personal thoughts and showcase your brand's personality. Pinterest, the pinning of your photos and videos. 70% are women users. Millennials are really using it to discover new products. So if you have new products, this might be a perfect place. Food and drinks certainly are the most popular categories, and again, videos and pictures. As we all know, before the virus, everybody was taking photos when they went out to eat, what they're eating, how they're eating it, all those kinds of things. Now we're starting to see more people showing what they're doing at home. But people love to share the food that they're eating and certainly the products that they're really enjoying. So again, great places for Instagram and Pinterest to really show that. LinkedIn, used mostly for business. It helps to develop that business-to-business network and communications. So again, there's many new platforms that are always coming out, but I would suggest that you really need to look at who the target audiences are for each of those platforms and decide which mix is best for you. Another product that I think is important to talk about is YouTube. It's really talking about engaging your target audience. That's kind of a buzzword. Everybody wants to engage. You want people to feel good about your product. You want them to be excited about going to find your product. But we also know smaller and more direct pieces of information are really important for your target audience to understand. We all know that we've gotten small and shorter attention spans these days, so it needs to be very short and very targeted. I found out that 81% of YouTube's users are 15 to 25-year-olds. And guess what? 85% of traffic is from around the world. And even more staggering is 500 hours of video is uploaded every minute. Competition is fierce for brands and creators, but what I would suggest is you make it relevant and also engaging. But I can tell you, if your videos are longer than 5 minutes, people just won't watch them all. So make them short and snappy and engaging. Okay, now we're going to start talking about what the benefits of soy foods really are. And again, I want to repeat, soy is the preferred plant protein. What are the benefits? Let's begin. 8 reasons, the top 8 reasons, but there's a few more that I'm going to add after this slide. But let's talk about may lower risk of heart disease, may lower blood pressure, may improve cognitive function. And I believe Dr. Mark Messina is going to talk more about the cognitive function in a presentation a little later. May protect against prostate cancer, provides high quality protein, may aid with weight management, may lower risk of breast cancer, and may improve bone health. All pretty compelling reasons, but let's continue. USEC has put together and developed the U.S. Soy Sustainability Assurance Protocol. It's all about sustainability. U.S. farmers are committed to continuous improvement, and the U.S. is a reliable and consistent source for soybeans. I would suggest this, that I'm sure that USEC is going to be talking about this during this conference, but you can go to their website to find this beautiful program outlined very nicely to really understand how this could work for your product. High quality protein. Soy protein is low in fat, has no cholesterol, and the only really widely available plant protein that provides all the amino acids, which means that it's a complete protein, in the appropriate amounts to meet the needs of children and adults. We also know that in order for it to be a high quality protein, the PDCAAS is a globally recognized method for determining protein quality. And it's based on the amino acid profile and digestibility. Soy protein is comparable to beef, milk casein, and egg white. So it's a very high quality protein. And then 25 grams per day may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. In 1999, the Food and Drug Administration here in the US gave soy protein a health claim that states, if you consume 25 grams of soy protein in the context of a healthy diet, it may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. And I can tell you that's what got the US so excited about soy protein and continues today and around the world. Lactose-free, no milk sugar that people have sometimes difficulty digesting. Soy protein can be part of an exercise program. It can preserve the lean muscle mass. There'd always been a debate about whey protein versus soy protein, which is better. Well, I can tell you that there's been some great studies, and it shows that soy protein is as good as whey protein. So feel free to use that in an exercise program when you're looking to preserve lean muscle mass. Soy protein can be part of a calorie-controlled diet to help weight management by helping you feel full longer. Now, that's true of any protein. Any protein that you consume, if you consume a fair amount of it, it will make you feel full longer. But with all of these great soy benefits, I think soy should really be part of that weight management program. Healthy fats. Nearly all the fat in the soybean is unsaturated. It's a mix of polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats and contains both essential fatty acids, omega-6 and omega-3, and therefore may reduce the risk of heart disease by lowering cholesterol. And in fact, in 2017, the Food and Drug Administration gave soybean oil a health claim. So again, it supports the protein and the oil with that health claim. When it comes to thyroid function, there's been no effect observed in studies, and they've been studies for as long as 3 years in duration, as well as when isoflavone intake exceeds the typical dietary intake 2 or 3-fold. Research confirms soy foods are safe for men who are trying to conceive, and there's no feminization. So let's end this myth. And then before I end, I think it's important for us to talk about soy allergy. There are more than 160 foods that cause allergic reactions in people with food allergies. But the prevalence of soy allergy is the lowest among the big 8 food allergens. So you look at the big 8, peanuts, milk, shellfish, fish, tree nuts, eggs, fish, wheat, and soy. And we're really the lowest among those big 8. And one of the updates is the fact that less than 1% of children are allergic to soy. And if they are allergic, they typically outgrow the allergic reaction within the first few years of life. So let's work together to tell the positive story of soy protein. I think it's important for you to know the credible resources for soy information, the soyfoodscouncil.com, the soynutritioninstitute.com, and soyconnection.com. Great places for you to find all this research and all this information, in addition to beautiful pictures and great recipes. So thank you, and I hope this has helped understand the many soy benefits and the communications tools that are right for your product and your target audiences. I am so open and willing to fielding questions via my email, lfunk@thesoyfoodscouncil. Feel free to email me, and I'll do as much as I can to help you. But with that, thank you again, and best wishes, and be safe.